This is related to the traditional Hawaiian uhi, but this is the ube from the Philippines and grown throughout Polynesia. It is pretty potatoey. It gets more of an Irish potato for me when it's mashed, more so than kalo or taro. And I'm really excited to replant this. So a really cool thing too about the ube or the uhi is that these are really good for areas that get hurricanes, because if all of the ulu gets ravaged and knocked off the trees and banana racks fall down and there's a big crop loss, you still have the starch in the ground. Often it's mixed up with like a purple sweet potato, because this too is purple corm as well. But of course it's a totally different genus. Sweet potato is Ipomea. This is Dioscorea. There's hundreds of different tropical Dioscoreas. Some are edible and esculent, like this ube. I'm very fond of this as a food crop. We planted some here at Starseed Ranch and just got to harvest a line of plants. And we're excited to replant. You can see they're shooting, so this is the time to replant them. The propagative material is this top, so we cut about this much off. We can actually do it right now. This machete here. We're just gonna cut this top off carefully. And that's a nice little planting stock piece, and you see how beautiful this is inside. It does have some oxalates in it, so you are gonna need to cook that well, but it's not as itchy as taro or something like that. This is a huli that we cut and prepped, and you can see that it dried and calloused. So you do want to let them dry for a couple days, but you can see it's starting to bud out and ready to shoot. For prepping it, we like to dig a nice fat hole. And actually a lot of times they use an auger to dig that hole nice and deep. The fatter and deeper the hole is, the bigger corm you're gonna get. So we like to get lots of prep on that. Even though it's a small huli, you got to think that it's going to like that space to grow up and out, and that's really important. So if you have a hand auger or a tractor auger and you're doing a big line of them, again, you'll make that, and also they'll need a support to grow up on because this is a vine. So you can see we got a nice pretty good sized hole for this small little cutting, but again, we want that nice loose soil. We're going to add some finished compost in here. There's a little bit of wood in there, but that's okay. Mix it with some soil,
filling the hole back in,
turning in the compost, get a nice rich environment for this uhi. So it's going to really be able to reach and grow into this.
Starting.
This is a huli that we cut and prepped, and you can see that it dried and calloused. So you do want to let them dry for a couple days, but you can see it's starting to bud out and ready to shoot. So this is a nice little candidate here. Just gonna tuck that in, and I'll kind of leave that top exposed. There's other roots out of the way, and then I'll make a nice berm around this to capture water. But we have a bamboo pole that we're going to dig in right here a little bit, and this is going to be a pole that it can grow up. And then we can get some wood chips on here. And then we'll just get some chips around this. Oh, there's another huli. Awesome, how exciting. So this uhi will grow up, we'll train it up this bamboo pole, up this papaya, and then we'll have some delicious starch. The other really cool thing about the uhi is that if you harvest it perfectly and you don't scratch any of the skin, it is a storage crop. It's a storage root that can store for months in comparison to some of our other tropical starches that we grow. So this is a really good crop to get going in your backyard and incorporate as part of a broader food resiliency for your garden, for your home, for your farm.